All right, here with Coach Dooley. Coach, you guys are hitting the road again this Thursday. Don't have to travel too far. You're going to take on Avila. Talk about preparations so far this week for Avila and what to expect from the Eagles.
Yeah, Avila is a little bit different than maybe what we saw last week with Benedictine and Culver. Not quite the size, but similar kind of to Graceland we had earlier in the conference season, where more guard oriented, really spread you out, got guards that can put it on the floor and really shoot it. So maybe a smaller team than some of the other teams in our league, but really good guards that can put a lot of pressure on your defense. And if they can get hot and get going early from three, they can pose a lot of issues. And then also they do a good job in their transition. So we'll have to be solid, make sure we take great shots on the offensive end, and try to make sure we get back and not give them too many easy buckets in transition.
Then you guys come back home for a number one team in the conference in Evangel. They've got some players that they feature quite a bit, which is Klein, one of their big guys. Talk about him individually, and then we'll talk more about Evangel after that.
Yeah, Klein is a great player. Senior, was one of their main guys. Is probably their best player last year as well. He's a tough matchup. He can do a little bit of everything. He can put it on the floor, shoots from the outside. He's strong. He'll post up. He'll take you off the bounce, and he plays extremely hard. And he's a very good defender as well. So he's kind of got the all-around game. Probably on pace. Probably the front runner right now for Player of the Year, I would say, in our league, and probably put himself in good position to be, first or second team All-American. So he's had a great start to the year, and he'll put a lot of pressure on, not just on whoever his individual matchup is, but because he can do so many things, he just puts pressure on your whole team.
We've also got a good guard in J.J. Williams. Talk about the way your team, you've responded well to the ranked teams. You guys beat Mid-America. You fought tough against Culver. Talk about how you're going to get your team to respond to a team like Evangel, where they've got good guards, good big play, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, if you're going to be at the top in this league and ranked nationally, most of the time it's not just because of one player. And Klein's a great player, but they have several on their roster that are capable of going off and having big games, and are solid and play hard on both ends of the floor. So Coach Jenkins, again, like always, has got another great team, very disciplined. They're very schooled and know what they do well, and they execute very well on that end. And then from a defensive standpoint, they work extremely hard. They're bigger, physical, and try to make you uncomfortable and take you out of what your game plan is on your offensive end. So, they're a great all-around team. As far as our guys, they're getting a lot of experience playing these top-ranked teams because our league is so good. And we've been fortunate. We've able to hang last week against Culver and had a competitive game and had a chance. And the Mid-America game here, they were ranked at the time. And it comes down to, if we get out and compete for 40 minutes, it's going to come down to one or two possessions, one or two plays, and it's just a matter of who's going to make those plays. So hopefully we'll come out and battle this week in both games, and when it comes down to a couple possessions, hopefully the experience that our guys have learned, both here at home and on the road throughout this conference play season so far, and even the non-conference, will help us. And whether it's getting a stop or getting a great shot and knocking down that shot, I'm confident that the experience that these guys have learned throughout, some of them will start going our way.
Well, thank you, Coach. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Coach, coming up on February 1st in your doubleheader against Central Methodist, you guys will be featuring your reunion day. Let's talk about the plans for that, and you're calling out to all the Baker basketball alums.
Yeah, it's something that we started last year, Tyler, with our we called it a reunion day, where we just called out to all the former Baker basketball players to try to get them and their families, or whoever their guests may be, to come back and watch us play, and then kind of see some old faces, old teammates, professors, faculty, and staff here on campus. But try to get them back, get them involved, get a chance to see us play again, and then we're going to try to do like we did last year. If we get the numbers again, where we'll host an alumni versus an alumni game, kind of immediately following our game. So probably typically we start our games at 4, so about 6 o'clock. We'll play a quick game with those guys if we get enough, and then hope to have a reception here in town, a little social gathering for the guys and their families afterwards if they're able to attend as well. So just trying to get them back on campus, see a lot of their former teammates, and also get a chance to see this current group of Wildcats. And like I said again, just to get them back here and see some old faces and kind of enjoy everybody's company.